Hey guys, it's Ryan with AIinsidertips.com. In this video, I'm going to be covering the latest news and stories from this past week in the world of artificial intelligence. Now, before I dive in, I first want to show you this free guide on AI side hustles that I created where you can generate more than $5,000 a month in passive income online, which is what I have done using some of the AI side hustles on this guide. I will leave a link to this below this video in the description or pinned comment if you want to check it out. So let's dive in here. Obviously, the first story this week is all about the GPT Store being released by OpenAI. I did make a dedicated video talking about this release and everything that you need to know, and I will be sure to leave a link to that and every other article that I mentioned in this video in the description below. But guys, the GPT Store is here. Now, you must be a member of ChatGPT Plus in order to access this, and all you would do is you would launch your interface and click Explore GPTs right here. And this is what the interface now looks like. So if you want to create a GPT, that option's up here in the upper right now where it says create. There's my GPT. So if you had existing custom GPTs before the launch of the store, you should be able to find those right here, and you can create a GPT from this menu as well. So Explore GPTs is new. You'll see OpenAI already has featured GPTs, trending. So they're going to update this trending list every week according to OpenAI. So far we have consensus, AI PDF, Ask Your PDF. So a lot of PDF custom GPTs is what I'm noticing, and a lot of image GPTs as well. So logo creator, image generator, designer GPT, web pilot, art designer, etc. And then obviously OpenAI still has the GPTs that they created. And I do like how they organize this by category as well. This is really cool. So far, so good, guys. I'm actually pretty impressed by what OpenAI has come out with so far. And I'm very curious to see what's going to be available and how they're going to, update this trending section here. That's what I'm most curious about, is to see what comes and goes here in this trending section of custom GPTs. So they do have an official press release talking about the GPT Store, and I'll leave a link to this below as well. It just has more details on what's included, how people are going to monetize these GPTs and how revenue share is paid out, things of that sort. So on the same topic of OpenAI, on the same day, actually, they launched their GPT Store. They introduced what are called ChatGPT Teams. So if I actually go to my account here on the bottom, I did notice this before I saw the blog post that says Upgrade Plan. So if you click Upgrade Plan, instead of just this one option that had Plus here for $20 a month, which is what I have, they now have a team option. So $25 per person per month. So if you have let's say a marketing agency or a small team at your company, it may be worth the investment instead of everyone just having the Plus account. And the reason they try to make it, or sell it here is they say higher message caps on GPT-4 and tools like DALL-E 3, browsing, advanced data analysis, and more. So if you're using ChatGPT regularly and a lot at the same time, it might make sense to do this so you don't hit those message caps. You can also create and share GPTs within your workspace. So that's kind of a unique feature. Admin console for workspace management, and then team data excluded from training by default. So again, might be worth the investment if you're on a small marketing team, development team, or just a small company in general that utilizes ChatGPT Plus frequently on a daily basis. So that was the other piece of news, is this GPT team. And on the same topic of OpenAI as well, this press release came out on January 8th, so 4 days ago. This was their response to the New York Times lawsuit. If you remember in a recent news video that I did on this channel, I talked about OpenAI was being sued by the New York Times for copyright infringement. And they have a whole press release here. I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but it's just a summary of what they said in response to that lawsuit. It says, "We collaborate with news organizations and are creating new opportunities." So they're collaborating with, I believe they had a company here. If I click company, blog, they just posted about this recently at Axel Springer. So Axel Springer was this journalism company that OpenAI is now partnering with. So this is just one example of how they're partnering with journalist organizations and journalists and things of that nature just to combat some of these future lawsuits is my guess. So if I go back here, let's go back to that article. They also say training is fair use, but we provide an opt-out because it's the right thing to do. So, and they're correct. With the current U.S. copyright laws, training is fair use. There's nothing in there, to my knowledge, and I'm not a lawyer, that just training the models is considered copyright infringement. And that's what they point out right here. They said, that being said, legal right is less important to us than being good citizens. We have led the AI industry in providing a simple opt-out process for publishers, which New York Times adopted in August 2020 to prevent our tools from accessing their site. So they have an opt-out. If you have a website and you don't want OpenAI to scrape your site, you can do that. There's an opt-out for it. They talk about regurgitation as a rare bug. The New York Times is not telling the full story. I thought this was very interesting, and they go into the whole article, the whole story here of kind of how misleading this was, that the case that the New York Times was telling or trying to display as their side of the story. So that's the third piece of news, is just OpenAI's response to the New York Times lawsuit. The fourth piece of news, guys, I want to share with you is that ByteDance, who is actually the parent company of TikTok, so a Chinese-based company, is now introducing a new text-to-video generation model called Magic Video V2. This comes from a Twitter account that I follow. His name is Rowan Chung. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. And he talks about how the model outperforms industry leaders like Pika 1.0, SVDXT based on human evaluations. Have TikTokers been training on AI this whole time? That's a very interesting question. So there's a short video here that kind of walks through what this new, what is it called here? Magic Video 2 looks like. And just looking at this quick video, and I'll leave a link to this in the video description below too if you want to check this out in more detail. But this is really interesting stuff here, guys, that TikTok is now in the game of text-to-video generation. We saw what Pika can do, and I'm actually going to talk about Pika here in a second. But this is just very interesting. And this point right here that he makes, have TikTokers been training on AI this whole time? That remains to be seen, but that could very well be the case. It would not surprise me at all. So the next piece of news worth noting was the CES show was this week, which stands for Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. And I know several YouTubers that I follow were at the show giving their updates. But essentially, this is just the annual show that showcases just the largest consumer tech gadgets. And as you can imagine, a lot of it was centered around AI this year. So we have everything from 137-inch TV that folds and unfolds to we have flying taxis that look like helicopters. There's AR, VR glasses. That's becoming a big thing. A portable OLED display that folds. Here's the flying EV taxi. I thought this was really interesting. Hyundai is actually developing these, according to this article here. And then it talks about another EV Honda car here, evolution of electric vehicles. Now we're talking about foldable TVs again. And if I scroll down, Steam Deck has a new challenger. So there's, more gaming machines and now how AI is being incorporated in gaming. Talks about BlackBerry here a little bit. Another thing with phones, a gaming laptop, thermometer that can now check your heart and lungs. Talking about projectors and all sorts of things going on here at the CES show. So those are some of the big highlights, and a see-through TV. I'm just scrolling through this here, guys. A 2-minute ice cream maker. Stain fighter. We have some toothbrush stuff going on here. But looks like that's it on this CNET article. But really interesting things going on in the world of AI at the CES show. The biggest thing that jumped out to me just going through this for the first time was this flying EV taxi that Hyundai is creating. I think this is just, I'm just trying to picture this in my head right now of how that's going to flow with traffic and how it's going to be used and all the logistics surrounding this type of technology. I think that's really interesting. So moving on to the next piece of news is that Walmart is actually now incorporating AI to enhance consumer shopping experiences. So here we go again. AI is starting to kind of present itself in these more popular industries like grocery shopping. So this article comes from NPR, and it says here, Walmart has unveiled plans to dive further into the world of artificial intelligence and drones to improve its customers' shopping experience. So there was a keynote at the CES trade show. So I just talked about CES here in the last article, where the guy talked about here that Walmart, which has already completed 20,000 drone deliveries across 7 states to date, but company leaders say that this expansion is a sign of growing demand and efficiency. Walmart executives said no other rival has gotten this close to the type of drone concentration of households in a big metro market. So we heard about this with Amazon, if I can remember, that they're testing out drones now for delivery of packages. That's going to be the new trend of e-commerce as well. But the fact that according to this and according to a keynote session at the CES show, that Walmart has successfully done drone deliveries. I mean, I can only imagine where this is going to go in the near future. So that's a cool piece of news. Just Walmart now using AI and drone technology to enhance customer shopping experiences. So the final thing I want to share with you, and I mentioned this previously, Pika. So I talked about Pika in other videos on my channel. This is becoming kind of the best, I would say, AI text to video generator out there right now. You can actually start using this for free. The only thing is that it's 3-second video. So unless you want to pay for the premium version, which that's one of the new updates that I'm going to explain, is that they just added this option to upgrade. So the Pika 1.0 update came out about a month or two ago, and there was really no option to pay for a pro plan, get any more details, make longer videos, etc. But now there's an upgrade plan. So if you have a free account, you do get 30 credits, but if you click upgrade, you'll see some of the plans here. So they have an annual and monthly plan here. If I just click monthly, they have the basic plan, which is free. So you get 30 credits. Looks like 30 daily. So that's kind of cool if you want to test it out. But the basic plan starts here at $10 per month per their standard plan. So you get 700 credits that renew monthly, 30 credits daily. You can purchase credits at a discounted rate. You get upscale resolution, no watermark, and you can also extend video length. And I think that's the big selling point here is the no watermark and extending the video length, because 3-second videos just don't really cut it when it comes to anything marketing or content related if you want things to actually pan out and succeed. So they have an unlimited plan here for $35 a month if you use Pika a lot, or you want to dabble in text to video AI generation pretty heavily. They also have a pro plan here too. I believe this would be kind of like an enterprise plan. So just cool to see that Pika has now come along and had some paid plans. So maybe in the future, guys, I'm going to dabble in this $10 a month plan and do a more dedicated tutorial on Pika just to see how sophisticated this can get. So that's it, guys. Those are some of the big stories and news from this past week in the world of AI. Again, this is Ryan with AI Insider Tips. If you appreciate videos like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Be sure to like this video and also leave me a comment below if there are any stories about AI that I missed. Please let me know, as I enjoy reading through all of your comments. And again, guys, I hope you all have a great day.